he's gonna get sick, so I'm not gonna do this the whole time, but I thought it'd be cute and funny and a good segue into the episode, but it really has nothing to do with the episode. So, what is this episode? We here on this channel really like to hypothesize what sequels to beloved games might be, or just really air our wish list for games out. And with E3 wrapping up, it's safe to say that a lot of people have gotten games, or will get games, that have come out on their wish lists. And what I like to do today is the reverse of that. Talk about games that no one wants, and to make a sort of anti-wish list, if you will. So I've chunked this up into 4 different sections. Licensed games that I don't want, sequels that I don't want, remakes that I don't want, and just general industry trends that I don't want to ever see. I think it's safe to say that the #1 licensed game that no one wants are like Facebook games. I don't know if those are considered licensed games, but I really don't want to see them ever again. I played my fair share of Mafia Wars and Farmville because my mom wanted me to play. Parents, don't make your kids do that. Anyway, I don't want to see those kind of games on like new social media services. Like, I don't want people friend requesting me on Instagram to play, you know, Farmville or build a town on TikTok or Mafia Wars on Twitter. Like all that stuff needs to be dead in the ground forever. I'm sure it made a bunch of money for Zynga and Facebook and whoever else, but it's just dumb. No. Another trend I'd really like to see go by the wayside is food games. Yes, fast food games, the things that rocked the 90s, aughts, and early 2010s can go in a dumpster and burn forever. As you can see, I have Sneak King over here, a game that I bought for $3 when I should have been paid $3 to take it. Oh God, this game is monotonous and terrible. It's a meme game, I guess, but there's so many better meme games on Steam, so this one gets a hard pass. But as you can also see, there's Cool Spot, and so there are some good licensed games, but you know, let's just be done. We've had the good, we've had the bad, we've had the ugly. Sergio Leone's dead, so bye. I don't want to see a Calvin and Hobbes game. This does have potential to be a very, very strong, powerful, and emotional game. One that makes me cry like
an anime fan on prom night.
But this could be bad. And on my barometer, anything other than great is bad, because this is such a beautiful franchise that deserves love, respect, and Bill Watterson doesn't just license this out to anyone. In fact, he's never had merch for that. He's only ever sold books. So those truck bumper stickers where Calvin's peeing on like the Chevy or Ford logo or literally whatever, was never licensed, and those are bootleg products, and you shouldn't buy them because they're ruining the brand of Calvin and Hobbes, a cartoon that is solely supposed to be about childlike wonder, adventure, and exploration of the unknown. And a video game could do a great job at that, but it also couldn't. And I'd rather have the reputation of Calvin and Hobbes stay on the up and up rather than get a game for it. So yeah, I think it's safe to say that I don't want it. Sequels. There's quite a few of them that I didn't want to see, but we got anyway. So if I throw these out into the ether, they might get a sequel. Please don't watch this. If you're in the video game industry, don't watch this. Don't take notes. Please. First on the list is I don't want to see Gex anymore. I want one dead mascot to stay dead. Just to be like this ethereal being. Like, we have too much Bubsy. The fact that Bubsy came back at all and had a full PS4 release was a bad sign. No, we didn't need that. We don't need this. Gex was like pretty okay. He had his time. He was kind of cool, you know. Bubsy was never good, so him coming back seems silly and terrible. But Gex could make a comeback. I don't want him to. I think where he was left was a good place. Can stay there. To harp on some more games that Evan and I talk shit on in our tier list video, Shaq Fu. We don't need another one. We don't need one. You fucked up twice. You had 2 chances to make Shaq cool, other than like NBA 2000 or 99 or whatever. Shaq was really cool in those games because he was overpowered. But we're not talking about his actual sports career. Shaq Fu, the game, should have been a rip-roaring good time, but guess what? You had 2 chances and you fucked it up. And you knew you had so many notes and criticisms from the first game, and you didn't take any of them. How did you not playtest this to hell and back? Why? I don't know how I feel about this one, because I could take it or leave it. I don't want any more games with like heavy peripherals. So like Rock Band, Guitar Hero, DJ Hero, Tycho, yeah. I've grown since then. I don't have my parents' like basement or attic to put shit in. So like, I don't need plastic drums or a DDR pad or the Euro Truck Simulator steering wheel. I don't need that. I'm a big boy now. I pay taxes. I don't have space for this. There have been some very strong remakes as of late. The Final Fantasy VII remake looks amazing. I might hold off from playing the original. Any excuse to hold off from playing the original is fine by me. I've purchased it on Steam. I feel guilty for not playing it, but I don't know. I'm ready for it. And there's plenty of other good remakes that have come out this year. But one that I really don't want to see is the original Madden series. Like, it would be cool if in the next Madden 2020, I guess, or this year's supposed to be 2020. Maybe it's 2021. I don't know how the Madden numbering system works anymore, because they did Madden 25 for the 25th anniversary. Who thinks of these things? Now, I know that Madden has really regressed in recent years thanks to focus on online play and microtransactions, and really anything since Madden 06 is just a downgrade, so I don't want to see any more Madden. I think that it'd be silly if they just went and redid like the older games, and knowing EA, knowing them, if they remade 04 or 94 or 96 or whatever the fuck, they would do that every year and people would buy it. And Madden's gotten to the point now, and technology's gotten to the point where you can just update the rosters, or you can go back and re-input the rosters. Like, we don't need that. We don't need any like old Madden games. We know no remakes for that. This one's really short because I haven't played it, but don't need another Phalanx game. You know, the game with the box cover that has the old man that we all bought because we thought it was super cool as collectors, because what the fuck could this game be about? Yeah, no, fuck that franchise. I don't want it. You fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, throw that old man off a bridge. I also don't want to see another Dig Dug. Over here, I have nicely and neatly put up Dig Dug 2. Bet you didn't know that existed. What is that game? Oh, it's okay. It's not bad. It's nothing to write home about. But again, bringing up that tier list video, we talked about how Bomberman was brought into the gritty age, and it was terrible. No one wanted that. And the multiplayer died super quick, and it doesn't really fit in the genre. Don't want to see that with Dig Dug. Dig Dug's probably one of my favorite arcade games. I don't want to see a gritty reboot. Maybe like a Championship DX like you see with like Pac-Man, but I think if we're reclined to just remaking Dig Dug over and over and over again in its normal form, be fine with that. Industry trends that we can definitely leave in the past are 64-bit art. We have beautiful 8-bit, 16-bit art that wows and astounds, but we can leave all that Nintendo 64 looking stuff in the background. I don't need triangles and stuff. It's creepy. Other than in horror games, if you use it in a horror game, it makes sense because it just adds to my own personal horror. But if you make a fun little game out of it, I don't want it. Everything is gonna be a horror game if you use polygonal art. Hard pass. Unpolished clones can go by the wayside too. We have games like Stardew Valley, which are very polished clones and do a really good job of representing what Harvest Moon is and excelling on certain things. But there are plenty of games on Steam that just copy an asset flip and sell it to you for $3, but it's a garbage game. I think we could definitely do without those. Maybe if Steam wasn't such a hot pile of garbage and it didn't have me by the wallet, that'd be great too. If Steam could get a real competitor and not the Epic Store, because I'm not gonna use the Epic Store, and I'm not sorry about it. Empty open worlds. I am tired of seeing this generation just pump out sandbox game after open world game after. Yeah, I don't care how big the map is. I really don't. It doesn't matter. When you fill that world with junk and it's not either a racing game or a game where the travel is fun, I don't care. I played a lot of Just Cause 3, and sure, running around the map was fun, blowing up establishments was great, but having that large of a map and nothing inhabiting it, what's the point? Why am I playing? I'm just wasting time. Just don't. Just because the game costs $60 doesn't mean I need to get 60 hours of fun out of it. You can condense all that, and then I can search for it on my own. I just bought Super Hot recently. That game was $10. It took me 2 hours to beat, and I guarantee you I'm gonna put 60 more hours into it because it has such great content and there's a great game loop. I'll play that more than I will Just Cause 1, 2, 3, doesn't matter. And that game was only $10. Granted, I could buy Just Cause 3 now for a fraction of that, but Super Hot's really good. I don't apologize for that. And there you have it, my personal anti-wish list. If you heard one of these things and they piqued your interest and you're like, fuck you, Dakota, I want a remake of Madden 94. Let me know in the comments, please. This is a conversation I'm dying to have. Let me know all the games that you don't want. And if I mentioned a game that you do want, also let me know there. We talked to literally everyone in the comments.